going on, Jerome's? It's a little bit of a bittersweet victory Monday for the Minnesota Vikings, but Vikings Monday news dump rolls along. So, yeah, the main story is Kirk with Jerome Ezekiel Cousins reportedly having a season-ending Achilles tear, and his future is up in there with the Vikings. He's a free agent in the offseason. The torch is passed for now to Jaren Hall, although Kevin O'Connell, of course, won't commit to Hall, but also Nick Mullins is on IR, and the Vikings... I don't know. Do the Vikings make a move for a quarterback? Do they trade for one before the Tuesday trade deadline? Or by God. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Like, if Tom Brady did want to come back for one last ride, if he brought a Super Bowl to Minnesota, it would finally enhance his resume, and maybe he'll get in the Hall of Fame. I don't know, man. But what really sucks about the entire situation is... You know, on this channel, we've called a spade a spade. When Kirk Cousins wasn't good for a stretch early on, we called it out when he signed with the Vikings 2018. But last couple of seasons, especially working with Kevin O'Connell, Kirk Cousins has balled out. And frankly, if and when the Vikings made a playoff run, Kirk Cousins should have been in the MVP conversation. That's how good Kirk has been this year. But what really sucks is that he's been really good. But a lot of fans... they didn't appreciate Kirk. And sure, like, you know, people say, oh, you'll never win anything with Kirk Cousins. You'll never know. Guess we'll never know, right? And I don't want to go back to the quarterback carousel of Christian Ponder and Matt Castle and Donovan McNabb and Tavares Jackson and Gus Frerotte and Josh freaking Freeman, right? And Brooks Bollinger. I don't want to go back to that. So... I think there's still an actually decent shot that the Vikings re-sign Kirko. Like, we'll talk about that later, but I don't think that the free agent market is going to be huge with him coming off an Achilles. I think that Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi and this locker room, they love Kirk. I think that he potentially could be back at a discounted rate now, and I think it really does hinge on how well Jaren Hall plays the rest of the way, and hopefully Jaren Hall does get the chance. Like, there isn't anyone outside of Tom Brady that interests me more than Jaren Hall right now because he's on the roster. And you're not looking for a short-term solution. Blah, 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 Jameis. Blah, 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 Kyler Murray. Blah, 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 Tannehill. Nah. And also, you know, the media jackals are jumping on this. And Albert Breer just had a very stupid take. Albert Breer, in the wake of the Kirk Cousins injury, the right play for the Vikings is to sell. This has always been their reset year anyway. Oh, it has been. They're taking on dead cap and they shed veterans. They played well, but realistically, they need picks and to build for 2024 and beyond. Now, you know, the Vikings are 4-4, riding a 3-game winning streak, won 4 out of the last 5. Also, frankly, should have beat the Chiefs, Bucks, and the Chargers, but that's besides the point. And I've been told reliably from the media and some of the Vikings fan base that Kirk Cousins is garbaggio. Right? So with Kirk being out, that should actually enhance the Vikings' chances, right? No, but the Vikings, I mean, the Vikings are a dangerous team right now, and I do believe that Jaren Hall can distribute the ball. He's got a great offensive line. He's got weapons. JJ's eligible to come back against the Saints. We'll see how his hamstring progresses through practice. The defense is getting pretty damn sporty. So, no, I think the Vikings can certainly go for the pin right now because, I mean, the Lions host the Raiders on Monday night. Go Raiders, by the way. And if and when the Lions do lose and prove their frauds 2 weeks in a row, and the Vikings are 1 game out, and they still control their own destiny with 2 heads-up games against the Lions. And the playoff picture right now, the Vikings are in the playoff places. And also, they play New Orleans. They already beat San Francisco, so tiebreakers go the Vikings' way. They play Atlanta this week, who currently holds the 4 seed, sitting atop of the NFC South. And the Vikings are certainly going to make a push for the NFC North. So, no, now is not the time to freaking sell. I understand. It's like, hey, but Danielle Hunter could leave for free. That's fine. Extend Danielle. Keep Danielle. That's all, man. And what sucks about the Cousins injury is that we weren't allowed to really enjoy some of the better aspects of beating your most hated rival in their building 24-10. Also, Jordan Love sucks ass. Jordan Love is booty, man. But Jordan Addison just completely exposing Jar safety help Alexander as a complete fraud. Caught the touchdown. I made a couple of other big plays in front of him, too. And what was beautiful is that, so Jar, after they triple teamed and bracketed Justin Jefferson, and he did the gritty, but by breaking up a 3rd and 10 in the first freaking quarter of the first drive. Congratulations last year. But when his ass gets beat by a rookie, an undersized rookie at that, as well as the Vikings beat the Packers by double digits, 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, no big deal. But 97-3 the game in Milwaukee. Packers cornerback Jair Alexander with lots of one-worded answers to describe today's loss. The main quote, "I don't know. Why do you suck? I don't know. Why are you overrated? I don't know. Why do you think you're better than Justin Jefferson? I don't know. I'm not." Owned, man. It's fantastic. But Jordan Addison is going to be a star, man. That's why I'm pretty bullish on Jaron Hall. You got protection. Just get the ball to Hawkinson and Addison and JJ when he gets back. Just go from there, man. Also, another great moment from the telecast is they showed this kid on the highlights where he had a sign, "Hey Fox, they say 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 2 Packers fans made me," which is just fantastic. Also, so it looks like the kid's wearing a Rudy jersey. That's so punk rock. So not only do you root for your parents' favorite team's hated rival, but you just pick hamburger helper gloves. It's just great, man. And I feel like that's like kid's not a teenager, but like teenage rebellion. Like kids basically just do whatever the opposite you tell them to do. Is like, hey, you will root for the Packers. No. Also, he could have picked the Bears, I guess, but the Vikings actually have a chance. And also, speaking of having a chance, so the Vikings going down the road. The games continue. They're going to be against Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That stadium that has like the $4 hot dogs, which is fantastic, as well as the stadium that like puckers. Anyways, they're 3.5-point dogs with Kirk Cousins being out for the season. And the Vikings got unfinished business. 98 Vikings. Remember the Alamo? Hey, who remembers? Pepperidge Farm remembers. That's right, taking the revenge. And, hey, I was able to get the Vikings +4, so certainly taking that to the bank. And I think the Vikings go in with the defense. Florida's getting stingy. Weapons all around Jaron Hall. He's going to be the guy this week because they're not going to trade for someone and just toss him out there in all likelihood. Nick Mullins can't be back. It's not going to be Sean Mannion. So may as well see what the kid's got and just go from there, man. I'm excited. I'm pretty damn pumped. I think the Vikings go in Atlanta, beat Arthur Smith's smug, stupid ass, and get to 5-4 on the season. And the Vikings, even without Kirk, it really does suck. But JJ getting back, Davenport maybe getting back as well. I think the Vikings can still put together a run. Like we said, weeks 8 to 14 is where the Vikings are going to make some hay this year. I think they beat the Falcons. I think they beat the Saints at home. I think they go on the road and beat the Broncos, which I really hope they flex that out of Sunday Night Football because who needs to see that game in primetime? Also, the Bears on Monday night. You're able to flex Monday night games later on this year, so get that to noon on Sunday and beat the Raiders' ass, beat the Bengals' ass, beat the Lions 2 out of the last 3 games, beat the Packers because they'll be tanking by then anyway, and then just go from there, man. Believe, baby. But that's it. Vikings news dump for Monday. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skull Production Value.